Alright troops, strong and conditioned. So the question is, let's get to the brass tacks. Let's cut to the chase. Why do we do burpees? Why do we perform this brutal exercise which is hated by 99% of the fitness community? An exercise which is the hardest sell in fitness. You mention the word burpees and people run for the hills. They just can't hack it. However, there is a select few people who embrace this exercise. They love it and they get highly addicted to it. So, let's explain why that's the case. Number one, burpees put you in the zone. You really can't explain it. Case in point, when people start getting into their burpee journey, what tends to happen is the first session is an eye-opener. It's a baptism of fire. You start doing your burpees and you are blowing out of your anus. You're blowing out of your ears, you're blowing out of your nostrils, you're blowing out of every orifice on your body, and you're sucking in air. You're sucking in air in a desperate attempt to try and get back to normality, but you just never do, because it is like you are being overwhelmed by flames. Lactic acid building up all over the body, your joints are screaming, your lungs and chest are trying to burst out of your body like an extra outtake from Aliens. They are harsh. But what tends to happen is that feeling of elation kicks in the minute you finish the exercise. And it starts to escalate as time goes on, so that within a couple of hours you are so glad you actually did the workout, because you feel like $1 million. You are walking about on air. You just feel like a cock of the north with your chest all puffed out, just walking about like John Travolta at the end of Saturday Night Fever. And then you start to get addicted. You get addicted because they're easily available. They're there at any moment's given notice. You know you can perform them anywhere, anytime. They are truly the martini of exercises. So you start to get into a wee habit. You start to do more burpees as the weeks go on. You start off at 50 and they become easy. Then you start off at 75. They start to get easy. Next thing you know, you're doing 100. And that's when the light bulb switches. You're doing 100 burpees on a daily basis, and it's a case of, what happened? What happened? I couldn't even get off the couch. Last time I was sitting on that couch, picking what's it dust out of my belly button and scratching my backside, and now I'm doing 100 burpees on a daily basis. And you start to see the physical transformation take place as well. You start to lean out. Your muscles probably start to get a wee bit bigger, particularly if you're in a deconditioned state, but it feels good. Then we go down the rabbit hole. We start to realise that we are capable of so much. We start to realise that we can do things that we thought were impossible a couple of weeks back. So we get very confident. We get super confident, and then we think, where can I take this? Then the 2-pump kicks in. You start hitting out with the 2 pumps. Now you're starting to feel like top dog. You're walking about like you own the joint, and it feels good. You're getting stronger. Your technique's getting better. And next thing you know, the muscles start to appear. The t-shirt starts to fill out a wee bit more as the 3D cat delts start to make their presence felt. So where do we go from there? Well, you're busting out 100 2-pumps. Life's good. And then you move on to the 3-pump. You've made it. The 3-pump. The 3-pump has arrived. You're in 3-pump City, 3-pumpsville, Arizona, and you start repping out. So you've went from 50 burpees, you've moved up to 100, you're doing 100 2-pumps, and next thing you know, you're doing 100 3-pumps. And that's when the confidence really starts to kick in, because you know you can move your body in different ways you never thought that were possible. Then things start to get tricky. The Navy SEAL, starts to make its presence felt in your head. Starts calling you. Starts whispering in your ear, do me, do me. So then you try the Navy SEAL, and that is like a lightning bolt hitting your head. That is like being smashed in the back of the head with a mallet. New things come into play, new movements. It's not a case of just getting on your hands and knees. Not a case of just getting into the press up position. You need to start bringing those legs up, and then that starts to mess with your mind. Because you feel like you're back at square one, you're having to relearn a new movement. But you've taken the experience of mastering the 1 pump, the 2 pump, the 3 pump, and you start to apply it to the Navy SEAL because you know you've got this. You know you've got this nailed. And then it starts to flow naturally. The knees start coming up at the right time. The shoulders going into lockout, the chest hitting the floor, it all starts to move into a perfect synchronization. All I know is it starts to feel good. It feels good in the sense that you can complete the movement, but another dose of reality hits you when you realise that it's super painful. It's super painful. When you get those shoulders locked out, you can feel the shoulders starting to burn that wee bit more. But you persevere. You persevere because you know you've came this far. You know the journey is happening. You know that things are starting to really, really take place and you're getting even stronger. So this is one of the reasons why we do burpees. Because it sets us apart from a lot of people. We're doing something that most people hate. They cannot stand it. But by God, we are trying our best to improve our situation, to get ourselves fit, to master this brutal, but ultimately productive exercise. That's why we do burpees. We do them because we love them. We do them because they're always there and they never let us down. You need to start doing burpees. You need to get past that 2-week phase of hell and start to realise the benefits and the beauty and the productive feeling of knowing you've accomplished something so difficult, and get started on your burpee journey. Go for it. You will not regret it.